A sea creature movie, you say? Hell yeah, I'll be doing a review. Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So I'm excited to talk about this movie. It's called Sea Fever, and I'm a huge, well, first off the hop, you guys know I'm a huge creature feature fan, but there's just something about sea creatures that I've just always enjoyed ever since I was a kid. I mean, most notably, Creature from the Black Lagoon, but I don't know, I could list off dozens and dozens of movies, but like Leviathan, The Abyss, most recently, even Underwater. I really did enjoy that movie. And then I did a review for a movie that came out last year called Sweetheart. I don't know, there's just something about sea creature movies that I really do enjoy. So I was excited for this flick, and as soon as it came out, I could not get in my theater fast enough to give it a watch. And I'll tell you, I mean, I really did like it. I really did. I thought it was great. So let me get into the heart of it here. So it's directed by Neasa Hardiman. I'm not overly familiar with her, but if you look her up, she has got some really good stuff under her belt as far as TV shows and some smaller movies and stuff. But I mean, the cast in this movie is fantastic. Originally, Toni Collette was supposed to play Freya, the wife. It's like a husband and wife trawler team in Ireland, West Ireland, and they go out and they, net the fish and then bring them back. That's kind of the style of the boat. I can't remember exactly what the term is, but anyway, so it's a husband and wife team. So Toni Collette had to back out due to scheduling conflicts. So in stepped Connie Nielsen, and what a great replacement, because she is absolutely fantastic in this movie. And then Hermione Caulfield is in this movie as well. You'll recognize her face right off the hop. I mean, the acting is stellar in this movie. It's never an issue. I mean, the emotions are always there. The dialogue back and forth works. I mean, just what a fucking great cast. So anyways, that was not an issue either. The only thing I can see that people may not like about this movie is, like, there's a sea creature in it, but it's not in it a lot, and it's not it's not going to be like a Leviathan style movie, or even like an Abyss. Like the creature is shown, you do see it, okay, but it's shown very infrequently. And this is a smaller budget movie. Yes, it has some big names in it, but it's a relatively small movie on today's standards. So, but anyways, the synopsis: the crew of a West of Ireland trawler, marooned at sea, struggles for their lives against a growing parasite in their water supply. So basically, first act, we're introduced to all these characters. We get a quick background story on them all. And then, like, our main character, Hermione Caulfield, plays Saboyan, and she is just recently graduated as an oceanographer. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, she is taking her first kind of outing, almost like a co-op sort of deal, on this trawler. And she's going to do some dives while they're, catching the fish, and she does like experiments on the water and stuff like that, like testing it and that sort of thing. So it's actually a good thing that she's on this trawler when the shit goes down, because I mean, she's the one that, in the beginning, her character is just, she's kind of this nerdy, kind of nervous, reclusive type character. But by the end of it, I mean, she's running the show and more or less kind of saves the day. And I don't want to give spoilers, but I mean, you can figure it out for yourself. But anyways, so this trawler takes off and they're going to go fishing, and it's kind of, there's not a new story being told here. That's the one thing I will say about this. There really is nothing new here. Like, they're going out to hunt fish. They're a struggling kind of a family-owned business, so they have to get a big catch this time, or they possibly could lose their boat. So what they do is they go into this portion of the ocean, this water that they're not supposed to go into. There's mines in there, and there's also some endangered species. So the husband, played by Dougray Scott, plays Gerald. He kind of maneuvers them into this portion where they're not supposed to be. So they kind of, like, the Coast Guard doesn't know they're there. They warn them not to go there, but they kind of go there anyways. And then their boat just comes to a sudden stop, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck happened. And then it's pretty cool, actually, because, and again, I don't want to give anything away here, but the tentacles on this thing, it kind of latches onto them. And it's almost like out of the Alien movie, where it's this excretion that comes out of it, eats its way through the hull, and then it very slowly starts to pump this green gel into the hull of the boat. We don't really know what it's trying to do at first, whether it's trying to sink the ship or whatever, but it's pretty cool because Saboyan dives into the water, because at first they just think it might be barnacle or something that they're caught on. So she dives into the water reluctantly just to go down and scrape it off. And then that's when we first get the glimpse of this sea creature, which looks pretty cool. It's I don't know, the way they did it is pretty cool. It's like it almost looks like a giant squid, but it's glowing like the style, like the thing out of the Abyss. Remember how it had that purpley kind of glowy hue to it? That's the same as this creature. So again, no spoilers. It's in the trailer. But anyways, that's pretty much the first act. End of the first act is we learn that this thing is dropping eggs in this secretion, and if you have a wound or a cut, the little parasites get in, and then they grow inside you, and that's kind of the end of the first act, because Johnny, one of the crew members, gets sick, and his eyeballs blow out of his head. And I was like, okay, I didn't see that coming. So there's just, I don't want to give too much away. It's pretty much just them, the second and third act trying to deal with this, the parasites, trying not to get infected. And then they have to make the decision on whether or not they want to go back to land, and just for the sake of a mass infection if they get back, because this thing spreads pretty quick. But then there's also the dilemma of, well, this is like a sea creature and it's just trying to survive. So then you're trying to think like, well, you don't want these people to die. But again, this creature's not doing anything really wrong, and we're kind of in its territory. So there's a whole mixed bag of things here that you can think about when you're watching this film. That's what I liked about it, was that part of the story, was the moral portion of it. So I mean, it had really good special effects. It had actually good gore effects when need be. There wasn't a ton of it, but like I said, when Johnny's eyes blow out of his head, and there's a few other scenes too, but for the most part, I really did enjoy this movie. The acting was spot on. The story, again, not really being nothing new, but they give you that moral dilemma, and the ending is, you may not see it coming. So I don't know, I enjoyed it. To give it a rating, I'm probably going to give this one a really good 6.5, maybe even inching towards that 7 mark. Again, it's a sea creature movie, and the sea creature is in it, but it's not how you think it's gonna, like how you think it will be. So I don't know. So I can just see some people being disappointed with this because they're going to go into it thinking it's going to be like a full-on monster movie, and it's not. It's more of like an infectious movie with like a moral background to it as to what you should probably do. And then there's the creature in it. So I don't know. I liked it. I liked this style of movie. It was a little bit different, a little bit refreshing. Give me creatures attacking boats all day too. I love those style. But every once in a while, it's nice to see something like this. So I'm going to recommend this movie. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Inching up towards a 7. It's out now. It's called Sea Fever. Definitely give it a watch. If you've seen it already, comment down below and let me know what you thought of it. And if you haven't seen it, please go rent it, come back, and then give me your thoughts. And I like to talk about this one a little bit because, again, some people are going to love this movie. I don't think, and some people I think may not like this movie. So I'd like to know where you stand. So anyways, Sea Fever, check it out. And until next time, guys, stay scared.